Hello and welcome to another step-by-step how to tie tutorial video. This is the water bug. This is the letter W in the A to Z fly tying series. Once again, this is all being tied out of my Norwegian fly tying book. Be sure to check out that A to Z fly tying series on the playlist. This is tied on a size 14. This is a Moonlit 052 hook. I am using a black waxed tying thread. The main underbody is Peacock Herl. The foam body is a 2mm craft foam, cut approximately at the hook's gap. And the eyes are monofilament eyes. We're going to go ahead and just cover how to make those first. First, we'll take a little bit of flame, and I am using a 25-pound test monofilament, and it takes a little bit of practice, but I've got to the point where I've trimmed this down to an appropriate length, and without touching the fire, I can slowly melt that down to bead that up. And the trick is to not see any smoke. Go back and forth, that way one side does not get too hot. Excellent, then you can go ahead and just quench that in some cold water and it will be ready to work with within moments. So that's how we made the eyes. Let's go ahead and tie this up. Secure our blank hook in the vise, and like all good flies, this will begin with a single wrap of thread. Once our thread is secured, we can go ahead and take some of those freshly made monofilament eyes, and we're going to tie these right behind the eye of the hook. We're going to tie these in perpendicular and on the top side. It is rather small and fragile. Really want to get a good cross wrap going. We want that to sit nice and square up front. Alright, next we can take our foam. What I like to do is I like to trim the end down like a crayon. If you had a nice brand new crayon, that's what your tip would look like. We're going to tie this in on the top side, right behind our little mono eyes. And we're going to tie this from the front to the rear. It's okay to do a nice big open spiral. We're just getting that thread moved, because we can come forward and pinch down those bubbles of foam. Next, we'll take that underbody. I have 3 strands of Peacock Herl. I'm going to tie it in by the tips. And I'm just going to work this to where we have our foam terminated here at the rear. We can go ahead and just break that off. Alright, we'll build our underbody. We'll take touching wraps with the Peacock Herl. Be careful to avoid the tip of the hook. And let's go ahead and secure that Herl just behind those eyes. And this being our finished end, we'll go ahead and trim that off. We got our black rubber leg material. I'm going to go ahead and make a small loop. I'm going to come under the eye of the hook and over the monofilament eyes. This will keep it folded and back to the rear. A nice angle. We can take our foam now at this point, fold that forward, and lock that in just behind the eyes. And that'll help with a nice little shape. Now we can go ahead and tie off our thread with a good 1, 2, 3 whip finish. 1, 2, 3, right behind the eye of the hook. Once that's secured, we can go ahead and trim off our tying thread. And I'm going to do an initial trim with my scissors, and that would be your standard beetle head. What I like to do is come in with my fingernail clippers, and I trim that so I can get this all the way all in. This will give me a nice rounded top, and it goes with the flow a little bit better. Go ahead and just remove the fly from the vise, and we're going to trim our legs to length, nice and even, just off the back end. Really want those legs to hit that water and give us a good swimming action. So there you have it, folks. That is the water beetle tied on a size 14 Moonlit. Thank you for watching. Happy tying, and with this one, tight lines.